What is enlightenment, and how can we become enlightened? Enlightenment is when one comes to know truth. It is not simply knowing truth in theory, but truly accepting it in one's heart. Enlightenment in one's heart is the discovery of one's real self, the discovery of the place of one's mind. This is the only truth that exists in the world, and it is everlasting and never changing. Previously, it was extremely difficult to become enlightened because a master or teacher who truly attained and knew this state did not exist. Now, it is possible for anyone to become enlightened of their original nature within 1 week. It has become a world where anyone can become enlightened without having to leave everything and meditate in isolation in the mountains. In some way or another, people have been trying to seek enlightenment throughout all of human history, and it really is about finding our original self. And it's not to say that people haven't achieved some form of enlightenment in the past. This is obviously very true. There are all the prophets, there are all the saints that have come through the ages, and they've provided, or some of them have provided some method, some of them have provided no method whatsoever. They've simply spoken about what it means to be enlightened. And so this is a very hot topic of debate. And this is actually something that's very intriguing, because now, for the first time in human history, we actually have a very clear method to achieve that enlightenment. So, how do we actually achieve that enlightenment, and what does it actually mean? So very simply, this universe itself is who I really am. This is my true self. So this universe itself, whether you call it, very simply, whether you call it universe, or whether you call it God or Buddha or Allah, this is what the religions refer to it as. They're all referring to that same existence. People also refer to it as the emptiness or energy and light. Some also refer to it as truth or just life itself. The fact of the matter is, these are all just different names for that one existence. So if you look out into the sky, that infinite universe is the one existence, and this is actually who we are. This is what everybody is. So really, everybody actually has God, Buddha, and Allah within. Everybody has that universe within. However, we're not actually living as this universe, because we live inside of this mind world which overlaps. So we're living in the shadow of the past. So because of this mind world, because I think this individual self exists separately from the rest of the universe, this is the opposite of what enlightenment actually is. And why does this actually happen? Well, we actually need to get rid of that false self so we can return to that universe emptiness. And so why aren't we living as that universe? It's simply because of this human mind. And this human mind works just like a camera. Just like a camera takes pictures and stores it in the film, this body is like a 5 senses camera. So with our eyes, nose, ears, mouth, and this body itself, we just take pictures of everything that we experience and store it in the brain. And so these are pictures, these are not real, and therefore they are false. So for example, money. If you think of money, if you take a picture of money, it's very easy. You know, if you take a picture of money to the local store and you give them the picture of the money, they're going to say, well, this is not real money. You can't buy anything with it. Same thing though, if you imagine in your mind a big pile of money, it's just a picture. Again, if you go to the store and ask someone to pay for this product with this pile of money in your mind, it's actually not real, and they're not going to accept it, and therefore it is false. And so this entire self that I have inside of my mind is made up of the life that I have lived. So up until now, all the things that I've experienced with this 5 senses camera, I've stored in this mind, and I've created this self. So if you don't believe that Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse are real, also this concept of myself, so my name is Stephen, I was born in 1986, that concept in itself is a false concept. This being is actually one with the eternally living universe, but from inside of that mind world, thinking that I'm Stephen born in 1986 in Western Australia is a completely false reality. It's not the truth, and everybody lives like this, and this again is the opposite of enlightenment. And so this human mind keeps us trapped inside of this life lived. And then we also have these habits that we've inherited from our parents and our ancestors. And of course, this body itself. So the human mind is made up of the life that I have lived, the habits, which is the foundation of the mind that I inherited from my parents and ancestors, and the body. And so because of these 3 things, this is why I cannot actually achieve enlightenment because I'm actually living inside of this picture world. And so it's all good and well to hear these things, but what is the actual method to eliminate this? And so this is where Oceana meditation actually has the method to eliminate the life lived, the habits, and the body. And so when you eliminate this mind world, you return to that universe emptiness. And from that universe emptiness, when you're reborn from there, then you will live forever as your true self. Then you will live as the eternally living God, Buddha, and Allah, which is actually within you, that universe. And this is precisely what enlightenment is, and this is precisely what meditation is all about, and this is precisely what this method delivers. We don't just talk about it, we actually provide the solution, we actually give you the clear, direct method to get there. And just like that passage from the meditation teacher states, it actually can be achieved within 1 week. It's not something where I go to the mountains and I meditate for a lifetime and maybe I might catch a glimpse of my true self. This is actually a very clear method. Within 1 week, if you meditate extremely diligently, you will become enlightened of your true self. This is why this meditation method is causing a worldwide sensation, why we have meditation centers all around Oceania, and it's continuing to grow and continuing to expand. So if you're interested in finding enlightenment, if you're interested in discovering your true self, please join us for a free session and find out what it's all about. And if you are interested in actually getting that enlightenment, then join one of our meditation centers and give it a go for a month. And you will see within a month, if you're very, very serious about this, you will achieve that enlightenment if you're very diligent and you do it all day. That's all you need to do, 1 week. Just meditate all day. It sounds like a lot, but if you can devote that for a week, you will achieve that enlightenment. You will see your true self. And there is no other method that can claim that besides this method within a week. So with that, thank you very much. And if you're interested, please reach out to us.